Welcome to the deep dive.
Good to be here.
So today we're digging into a blog post that one of you actually sent us.
Oh, interesting. What's it called?
It's titled Fatherhood, dated May 25th, 2025.
Okay.
Now, it does link out to other topics, meaning of life, things like that. But our mission today is really just to focus purely on what this specific post says about fatherhood, its role, its importance, according to the source.
Got it. So just the fatherhood angle, where does it start?
Well, right off the bat, it makes a pretty bold statement.
Yeah.
A father is not a friend, just like that. Draws a very firm line.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
So distinguishing the roles clearly from the outset.
Exactly. And then it lays out what it sees as the essential functions: protection, guidance, provision, and discipline.
Right. So less about companionship, more about specific responsibilities defined by the role itself.
Precisely. And it brings up this quite interesting idea
Which is?
that a father sometimes serves best by not giving or allowing things, by restraint.
Serving by restraint. That's a different take, isn't it?
It is. The blog seems to argue that setting those boundaries, maybe saying no, is actually vital for a child's development in the long run.
Sort of looking beyond immediate wants for future well-being. Makes sense in a way.
And linked to that, it states very clearly, a father is not equal to the children.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. Is it talking about value or function?
The blog frames it purely in terms of function. It argues that this inequality, this hierarchical structure, is necessary to fulfill those core duties: protection, guidance, discipline.
So the idea is you can't effectively guide or discipline from a position of being an equal, like a peer or a friend might be.
That seems to be the core argument presented, yes.
Yeah.
A different dynamic is required for that specific role.
Interesting. What else?
It talks about the father's presence, how it should be comforting, but also
Also what?
kind of put the kids on their guard, but in a good way, like encouraging self-discipline.
Ah, okay. So a source of security, but also a subtle prompt towards internal control, not just letting everything slide.
Right. And there's this analogy it uses which really paints a picture.
An analogy, like what?
It says a father should be a pillar in the house, not a playmat.
A pillar, not a playmat. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, a pillar gives structural support, something solid, something you rely on, right?
Whereas a playmat, well, it's just there. Comfortable maybe, but not essential for holding things up. You can walk all over it.
Exactly. It really emphasizes that support and stability aspect.
Okay, so that defines the role. Does it say anything about the current state of fatherhood?
Oh, absolutely. It shifts gears quite dramatically here, makes a very big claim.
Let me guess. Something about it being in decline.
You got it. It says, quote, fathers are under attack all around the world. A global attack.
That's a strong statement. And does it offer a solution or just state the problem?
It argues that fixing this, restoring fatherhood, is actually the key to fixing problems in the family, community, nation, even the church. Puts a lot of weight on it.
Wow. Okay, so fatherhood as the linchpin for societal health, according to this view.
And it says the responsibility for this restoration lies with fathers themselves.
So men need to step up and reclaim this role.
Essentially, yes. Empowered by God is the phrasing used, even if there's resistance.
Resistance from where? Does it specify?
It doesn't explicitly detail all sources of resistance in this section, but it ties into a broader societal view. It says society is built on families,
Okay.
with men as the head of those families.
Ah, the headship concept.
Yes, and the blog suggests that removing men from that role, well, it has serious negative consequences that we're seeing now.
And this leads into some potentially controversial territory, I imagine.
It does. The blog offers a specific critique of feminism.
How so?
It argues that feminism has led to, and these are the blog's words, effeminate males.
Effeminate males. Okay.
Men who, according to the blog, struggle with being fathers and husbands because they're guided more by emotions and seeking good feelings.
Rather than by traditional responsibilities. Is that the
It's the perspective presented in the source, yes. It's
Okay.
definitely a specific viewpoint linking societal shifts to challenges in fulfilling these roles.
Understood. So just reporting what the blog lays out there, how does it wrap up?
Well, it maintains a strong religious tone throughout, and it ends with a call for those who agree with its perspective to repent of our wicked ways.
Right. A call to action rooted in that specific religious framework.
Exactly. So to quickly recap, this blog defines fatherhood through protection, guidance, provision, discipline, arguing it requires a non-equal dynamic. It sees fatherhood as under global attack
Believes its restoration is key to fixing society.
and critiques modern trends like feminism for negatively impacting men's ability to fulfill the role, as the blog sees it.
Quite a specific and potent set of arguments.
Definitely. So the final thought for you listening is this. Taking all that on board, just as information from this one source, what do you think are the essential qualities and functions of a father figure today? Regardless of this blog's particular stance, what does fatherhood mean in your experience, in your observations? Something to mull over.
Yeah, definitely food for thought.